Datuk Seri Najib Razak is attempting to delay his SRC International case yet again, despite declaring that the trial will be the best opportunity for him to clear his name. The former PM's corruption trial was set for April 3rd. However, his lawyers filed a review application today on the federal court decision that lifted the stay of trial. It remains to be seen whether the case will start on Wednesday. Meanwhile, in response to a report on his tax bill of about 1.5 billion ringgit, the Pekan MP claims that foreign funding is not taxable under Malaysia's laws. The Edge Financial Daily reported today that the Inland Revenue Board is demanding from Najib taxes on undeclared taxable income of close to 4 billion ringgit, including the 2.6 billion ringgit that he claimed was a donation from the government of Saudi Arabia. Investigators say the sum originated from 1MDB. Regardless of whether the money was legitimately earned or not, tax experts say that donations are subject to income tax, and Najib would have already committed an offence for not declaring it as income in the first place. Entrepreneur Development Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Razwan Muhammad Yusof says the Cabinet has never collectively decided on measures to manage waste generated by Lynas's plant in Gebeng, Pahang, even as his colleague pushes for the refinery's byproduct to be shipped out with Canberra's help. Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change Minister Yobi Yin has written an official letter to her Australian counterpart to help ensure that Lynas returns its waste to Australia by September 2nd, when its operating licence is due for renewal. It is one of two preconditions her ministry set before it will consider renewing the miner's licence. However, Muhammad Razwan said today that Lynas's investment in Malaysia is too big to ignore, and that the Cabinet is not supposed to force the company to export its harmful waste back to Australia unless the byproduct is deemed very unsafe. He says the government has not made the findings of its independent high-level committee on Lynas public, and that, as it is now, there is no indication that the plant is unsafe, save for a suggestion that the waste should be taken back to Australia. Muhammad Razwan says the Cabinet's decision to allow Lynas to continue to operate is clear, and that Yeo has to take responsibility for the precondition. Consortium Transnational saw its share price surge by 129% at one point today, making it the most active counter on Bursa Malaysia. The bus transportation service provider rose to as high as 19.5 cent from its previous close of 8.5 cent. By the end of trading, the counter had pared some of its gains to close at 17.5 cent, with some 125 million shares changing hands for a market capitalisation of 70.5 million ringgit. Its major shareholder, Tan Sri Muhammad Nazbi Muhammad Saleh, said earlier today that he knows of nothing that could have contributed to the surge, telling The Edge this morning that he hadn't even looked at the share price. Muhammad Nazmi is also chairman and MD of the firm. The government confirmed that it is seeking another 6 months to deliberate on the Johor-Singapore Rapid Transit System link. Transport Minister Anthony Loke says Putrajaya needs more time to study other options as it attempts to cut costs and confirm its joint venture partner for the company that will operate the 4-kilometre shuttle system linking Johor Bahru and Woodlands in Singapore. This would be the 5th extension requested by Putrajaya. Prior to the outcome of the 2018 general elections, Prasarana Malaysia was supposed to be Malaysia's JV partner with Singapore's SMRT Corp as the operator for the link under a deal inked in January 2018. KUB Malaysia has redesignated ex-Finance Minister 2 Datuk Seri Johari Abdul Ghani as its non-executive chairman. He replaces Dato' Ahmad Ibni Hajar, who has been redesignated as an independent and non-executive director. Johari was previously a non-independent director in KUB. He has an indirect interest of 178 million units of ordinary shares in KUB via JAG Capital Holdings. Last month, JAG Capital had emerged as the largest shareholder of KUB after acquiring a 31.99% stake from Anchorscape worth 121.1 million ringgit. Prior to the transaction, Anchorscape was the largest shareholder with a 52.2% stake.